Welcome back to another video, everybody. I've got a very cuddly Sid here with me today. This is going to be a very short video, I believe. I'm going to do my kind of spoilery reading vlog of Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. Following my previous kind of Sarah J Maas reading vlog, everyone suggested that I pick up Assassin's Blade next. So Assassin's Blade is a prequel to the Throne of Glass series, and it's told in kind of short stories, which I'm not usually a fan of. I don't really like short stories just because I like to spend a lot more time with characters to kind of grow to love them and enjoy them as characters. But because I already know the characters in this book, or kind of vaguely know them, and I definitely know the world, I feel a lot more invested in them, and I'm only about 50 pages in and I'm already really loving it, so I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this one. The first story is The Assassin and the Pirate Lord. So Selena has been sent with Sam. Sam gets spoken about a lot in the first 3 books of the Throne of Glass kind of proper novel books, and so it's really lovely to actually meet him. And I was a bit hesitant at first, I didn't know if I was going to like him, or if like the whole vibe between him and Selena, whether I would actually enjoy it, whether I would feel much between them, but I'm loving it so far. They have been sent basically by the head of the Assassin's Guild to go and do a deal with a pirate lord, and at the moment Selena and Sam are now trying to free some slaves. So I'm definitely going to be picking this one up more this weekend, because I just feel like at the moment I'm struggling to read stuff. I think everything, the world, life, everything is just getting a lot, and so reading something like this is just easy reading, where you know the story, you know the people, you love the characters already. It's just easy to do. So I will update you once I've read some more. Good morning, everyone. So I've read a larger chunk of Assassin's Blade. I am halfway through the 3rd story in the book. When I last spoke to you, Selena and Sam were freeing slaves from an evil pirate lord. That all went successfully. However, she and Sam got quite badly punished for doing that. The 2nd story was Selena on her way to the desert, and en route she met a healer, and this healer was kind of down on her luck, working in a bar, being mistreated, and basically not being able to earn enough money so that she could then go on to like healer school and become a professional healer. And Selena helped her out. I really liked that story. Selena is just becoming a so much more rounded character for me, that I'm really enjoying this like prequel, seeing how she became who she was, and just spending time with her as a youngster. Like, she's like 16 at the beginning of this, and you can kind of see the trauma and the things that kind of happen to her here, and then how that affects her later on in like Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight. The story that I'm on at the moment is Selena in the desert, and she is basically vying to be able to be taught by the mute assassin, so like this super incredible assassin man, and at the moment she's not got his attention enough to be able to be trained by him, which is what she needs to be forgiven by her master. Like, he said that she needs to get a letter of approval basically from the mute assassin so that she'll be accepted back. Just absolutely loving it. I'm finding it a really easy, comforting read of an evening where I don't necessarily want to expend a lot of brain energy. This is like really doing it for me. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really a lover of short stories, but these are all nicely interconnected. Like, you could take one alone and read that and you'd have a whole story, or you could read them all following on from each other, and they do link in with each other. I'm so excited to read more of this one, and that's what I'm going to do now. So I'll speak to you later. Good morning, everybody. So I am smashing my way through Assassin's Blade at the moment. I am on page 255. I've just finished the story where Selena goes into the desert to train with the mute assassin, and while she's there she meets a character named Ansel, and I really loved their story. I was actually really sad come the end of that one that there wasn't more kind of just more of them together. I mentioned in my other Sarah J Maas vlog that I thought it was really sad that one of the main female best friends that Selena had got killed off quite quickly, and that she didn't really have many other female connections in the book. But in this one, she's met like a number of women along the way, and although the kind of friendships haven't necessarily lasted, it's just nice to see her interacting with more women her age or near her age and just being friendly with them. I think that's really nice. So often in these young adult books, it's just literally them talking about boys, thinking about boys, dealing with boys all the time. Like, it's just to do with the love interests and all of that kind of stuff. And so it's just nice in this one. I've really enjoyed it so far. Now on the penultimate story, which is The Assassin and the Underworld. And if I'm guessing what might be happening and what this book might be leading up to, I think it's going to be quite a sad ending. In Throne of Glass, you learn that Sam Cortland, who is Selena's friend, one of the other assassins who she clearly is gaining an interest in this book, you learn in Throne of Glass that he has died. So I'm imagining this is where this one is going, and I'm actually feeling quite like about it, because I really like him. I really like, and I didn't expect that actually. Didn't expect to like enjoy his character so quickly and so much in such a short space of time, because actually in all of the stories we haven't seen much of him. He was kind of one of the main characters in the first story, but since then Selena's been off by herself. But yeah, I think if this is leading to his eventual death, it's gonna be a bit of a kicker, I think. So hello everyone. So I finished The Assassin's Blade. I finished it yesterday evening, and I couldn't come on to talk to you guys because it hit me hard. That last chapter was just absolutely heartbreaking, and I thought I can't talk about it yet because I need to gather my thoughts. As suspected, that final chapter, the final story in this book, essentially leads to the point where Sam, Selena's partner in crime, her love interest, is murdered quite brutally, and Selena fails to be able to get there in time to stop anything happening to him. And it is just, the leader, Sarah J Maas, in this book has done an incredibly good job at dropping in enough information all the way along and kind of building your like love and attachment to Sam. Also, in my reading vlog for the first 3 books in the Throne of Glass series, I mentioned that I didn't really feel any of the love interest between Selena and Dorian and Selena and Kale. And now I get it. Like, this had happened to her. She'd then been chucked in a mine and worked really hard for a few years, only to be hoiked out and then put in front of the people that did this to her. Like, I don't even know how she ended up kind of half getting with Dorian. Like, you know, they like had a bit of a romance there, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I can fully appreciate how I didn't feel those love interests at the time. I'm glad that I've seen this end of her story, and now all of that kind of makes sense, and so I just can't wait for the next one. I want more of Rowan and Selena. It's gonna be good. I can't wait to film it and share my thoughts with you all. So that's everything for this video. I hope you're all having a really lovely day. Come and talk to me in the comments, and I will speak to you soon. Bye!